Okay, it is Thursday, March the 4th, 2021. In this video, we're going to look at INUVO Inc. Symbol INUV. So in this video, we got the daily chart on the far right, middle chart is the weekly chart, and the left chart is the monthly chart. Let's start with the daily and take a look here. So the first thing I can see is we're starting to put in lower highs. So what does that mean? Well, going back to January 20th, we hit a high of 235 and then we dropped. We rebounded. We hit a high at 205. We dropped. And then we just fairly recently hit a high of 169 and now we're dropping again. So when you're putting in those lower highs, that's by definition we're in a downtrend because you're making lower highs and lower lows. So we made a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and here we are trying to figure out where this is going to go. Is it going to turn around, bust through this high and start an uptrend, or are we going to come down and are we going to hit this dollar price? And this dollar price is a very important support price. So it needs to hold that dollar price. If it breaks through a dollar, this thing's going to come down. It might see 80, it might see 70, it might see 60. It might even go all the way back down to where it came from most recently, which was in the 40s. Right? We had this nice breakout here. January 11th, January 12th, we had the breakout. But then, of course, we had the massive breakout on January 19th. And you can see the big volume going into this stock. Over 260 million shares traded on that 19th. And that's what you need to take a stock like this to big highs. But when something's going straight up and parabolic like this, it's usually going to be 1 to 3 days up. And we got 1, 2. And here we are coming down. So dollar is going to be very, very important. There's always support at the whole numbers. So $1, $2, $3. There's always going to be support and resistance at those prices. So you can see we also have some resistance at this $2 mark made on February 10th. Came up, opened at 202, hit a high at 205, and then dropped. So that's showing there's a resistance at $2. Now we got support at $1. So this is really setting up bearish. It's up slightly in the post market. It closed at 115. It's up to 118. But what I don't like about it is the monthly candles. You can look at the monthly and see we've been putting in lower highs on the monthly chart as well as the weekly chart. Here's these lower highs. You can see them just like I pointed out here. And that's a very bearish sign. And this is a very bearish candle. You can see here for the week, we got one more day left in this week, but price opened, came up. The bulls were in control early in the week. They were driving it up. And now the bears, the sellers, are taking over and driving it back down. We look at the one daily chart here. And you can see same type of thing. You see those lower highs. You see that dollar price that needs to hold. That dollar price gets taken out. Who knows how low this can go. So what really needs to happen on a stock like this is we need to take out this most recent high. And it's around the 166 mark. So if this stock starts turning around and starts breaking back above this 166 area, 170, roughly around that area, that would get me excited to enter this stock. But if this breaks down, closes below $1, I could see this stock just tumbling, coming down. So if we look at the 4-hour chart, you can just see here, we did pull up a little bit end of day. And like I pointed out, we're up in the post market slightly, 117. But this is what needs to happen on this stock. That dollar price needs to hold, and we need to get just where I pointed out. We need to start an uptrend. You want to be buying stocks when they're on an uptrend, and you want to be selling them when they're confirmed in a downtrend. So if we go back a little bit, you can see this. This is an uptrend. We're starting to go up. We're breaking out. You want to be looking for buying opportunities, especially here where we have this big breakout. When the market's dropping, we want to stay out. We want to stay out. We want to wait for it to be a confirmed uptrend. And until that happens, just like I pointed out here, this is another wait and see stock for me.